The Akhmat private army, huge subsidies from Moscow, luxurious palaces for the ruling elite, poverty and unemployment among ordinary people. This is Chechnya today. All the wealth and money of the Republic, or more accurately, the Sultanate, are exclusively in the hands of the family. The Sultan's sons and daughters are showered with titles, positions, and awards. Moreover, Ramzan has long stopped looking to Moscow and doesn't hesitate to grant them important appointments even long before they come of age.
My sons are still young. My own, they haven't shown themselves yet. But my nephew has already set out on the path, Ahmad Kaji.
In short, everything is just as the famous saying goes. Everything for friends and family, for everyone else, the law. In the case of Chechnya, besides the law, ordinary people also face intimidation and fear-mongering. The people are intimidated and remain silent. Therefore, no one here even tries to hide the nepotism. All of Kadyrov's offspring and relatives have been placed in the most important and, most importantly, the most lucrative positions. The succession of power being passed down as an inheritance goes without saying. Amid rumors about health problems, the head of Chechnya is hastily placing relatives in key positions, strengthening the family's influence in the security forces, and rushing to prepare the ground for transferring power to his son. Ahmad is power, Allahu Akbar. Ramzan Kadyrov is preparing the throne for his heir.
I'm not asking you, Don. I'll do whatever it takes, Don.
In Chechnya, elections are no longer discussed. Now they talk about the Blood Prince. Who is the most scandalous of all Ramzan Kadyrov's children? Who has been showered with the most love and awards from Daddy?
Ahmad is power.
Who will be ready to follow Putin's orders, and whom does the Kremlin see as the successor?
Thank you for finding time for us in your busy schedule. We started this year very well.
We will tell you how the Game of Thrones in Chechnya will end.
It will be interesting. In my opinion, it will be spectacular.
Kadyrov has held the position of head of Chechnya since 2007. After 2 wars between the Kremlin and the insurgents, and the deaths of the true leaders of Ichkeria, Dzokhar Dudayev, Zelimkhan Yandarbiev, and Aslan Maskadov, the Kadyrov clan has clung tightly to the Chechen throne.
It will be shameful, brutal. Oh.
You could make thrillers and action movies about how Ramzan Kadyrov came to power. Ramzan's father, Ahmad Kadyrov, was killed in May 2004.
Here is some recent footage. Shattered concrete, twisted rebar, and 3 bloodstains. Right where Kadyrov, Isaev, and General Baranov were sitting.
An explosive device went off at the stadium in the VIP section where all the top leaders of Chechnya were present.
He was a very straightforward, honest person, which is extremely important. And a very brave, courageous man.
A few years later, Ramzan's brother Zelimkhan also died under mysterious circumstances. After that, the path to power was cleared for the young Ramzan. He took his father's position. After receiving Putin's approval in 2007, he officially became the head of Chechnya. Since then, the Republic became the personal domain or cash cow of the Kadyrov family. Ramzan received such dividends in exchange for absolute loyalty and for playing the role of the chief attack dog of Putin's bloody regime. The last time elections were held in the Republic was in 2021. And back then, Kadyrov was modestly given 99.7%. Ramzan's term expires as early as 2026. For now, it remains unclear whether the seriously ill Kadyrov will continue to rule, or if he will pass power on as an inheritance. At least 6 times in recent years, Kadyrov has announced his resignation from the post of head of the Republic.
Which one of us is the shaitan?
In 2022, he said that he had overstayed and deserved an indefinite long vacation, Don. However, in 2023, as if nothing had happened, he stunned everyone by saying he planned to run for another term.
We will destroy Don. Those shaitans that exist today. The territory, yes, so to speak, beyond the ribbon, yes, and what follows, yes.
In front of the TV cameras, he acts so bold.
We'll take Odessa and Kharkiv too.
Kadyrov's health is noticeably deteriorating. This has triggered the scenario of a power transition in Chechnya.
It is me once again back here with you all, yes indeed.
Journalists claim that back in 2019 he was diagnosed with incurable pancreatic necrosis. The treatment courses allegedly do not yield significant results, and in Chechnya and Moscow, they are hastily developing a scenario in case of his death.
In the coming days, you will witness a real special operation.
The Kremlin clearly understands that Kadyrov's death or his departure from office could destabilize the situation in the North Caucasus.
Kadyrov helped stabilize inter-ethnic tensions in the North Caucasus. Leaving office without a suitable successor could threaten the stability of Putin's regime.
No matter how much Ramzan himself tries to live to 50, the test results are discouraging. They need to act quickly, or else they will lose everything. Break.
Muscle recovery?
In Chechnya, thanks to his clan, Don controls the Republic's budget funds through affiliated foundations. He owns numerous real estate properties and has his own army, which answers only to him. In
any fight, we can just press a button and then a plane will quickly come to help.
More than 80 of Ramzan Kadyrov's relatives hold positions in the government. The rapid career rises of the head of the Republic's children began after the pivotal year of 2019 for Ramzan Kadyrov. I
forgot to mention that I'm not a hospital.
Officially, the head of Chechnya has 14 children, 7 of whom are still minors. At the same time, 6 adults have already received their own positions and are actively involved in governing the region. Many have started families, and new members of the clan have also been integrated into the power structure.
I recently discovered that I am actually the longest-serving one among all the heads of the different regions.
The question of succession of power. Amid Ramzan Kadyrov's serious illness, this issue has long been in the air. Only 2 out of the 14 children of Ramzan play a significant role in Ramzan's own future plans. 26-year-old Aishat and 17-year-old Adam. Akhmat is the eldest son. As soon as the media started talking about Ramzan's illness, it was he who met with Putin in Moscow. In January 2026, when Akhmat turned 20, he was appointed by his father as Deputy Prime Minister of Chechnya. Aishat is Ramzan's eldest daughter. She doesn't like media attention and rarely appears in the press. But this outward modesty didn't get in the way. The young Aishat opened a store in Grozny selling erotic women's lingerie and intimate accessories, despite the topic being taboo in the Republic.
But
they started moving their daughter into politics when she was 21 years old.
A student.
At 25, Ramzan's daughter Aishat resigned from the Chechen government, stating that government work is more suited to a strong man. The second eldest son, Zelimkhan Ali, is the general director of the Akhmat Fight Club, as well as the president of the Chechen Boxing Federation.
Kadyrov Ali Ramzanovich, assistant to the head of the Chechen Republic.
It would seem logical that Ramzan Kadyrov should be preparing his eldest son as his successor. But in the Chechen model, it is not primogeniture that matters, but rather how capable a person is of fulfilling certain functions in the eyes of the father. Adam is the third eldest of Kadyrov's sons. It is Adam Kadyrov's name that is being mentioned more and more often in discussions about succession. Akhmat has a civil public image, while Adam's is scandalous, in polite terms, striking. Drugs, brawls, and a lifestyle like a sheikh's. And no one is bothered by the fact that Adam is Ramzan's illegitimate son. His mother is Zamira Indira Jabrailova, who became the winner of the only beauty contest ever held in Chechnya. She was 14 years old at the time of the contest. She gave birth to Adam Kadyrov a year and a half later. From the very beginning of his life, Adam Kadyrov was presented as the son of the official wife of the head of Chechnya, Medny. You can find hundreds of memes about him on the internet. Thanks to Ramzan, his favorite has so many orders, awards, and medals that no one else in the world has as many.
Kadyrov Adam Ramzanovich, head of the security service for the head of the government of the Chechen Republic.
Medal 25 years of Oman, Akhmat Grozny, head of the security department for the head of the Chechen Republic. Kadyrov Adam Ramzanovich.
The Secretary of the Security Council of the Chechen Republic, head of the security department for the head of the region, Adam Kadyrov, was awarded the commemorative medal Oman Akhmat Fortress. The award was presented for his initiative and active assistance in solving service and combat tasks, as well as his significant contribution to the establishment and development of the National Guard units. The medal was presented by the commander of Oman Akhmat Fortress, Abdul Karim Kadyrov.
To award the commemorative medal of Oman Akhmat Fortress of the National Guard Directorate of the Republic of Victory to the head of the security service of the head of the Chechen Republic. Kadyrov.
Adam Ramzanovich, Akhmat's son.
In truth, all these awards were not earned, but simply handed out through connections. And in reality, Adam is just a spoiled and selfish child. Bugatti girl, where are you? Right here. Now, where exactly is the Bugatti? It is located inside the business room. It is part of the business model. Moreover, Adam takes all the worst traits from his father. For the beating of the defenseless Nikita Zhuravell in the pre-trial detention center, who was first convicted for insulting the feelings of believers and later for allegedly cooperating with the SBU, Adam not only was not charged with anything, but was generously rewarded. Ramzanka allows everything for his offspring. He pampers and spoils his little son so much that he has become a monster. Because he knows for sure that he'll get away with everything. Yes.
So yes, definitely yes. I'll come myself.
Investigative journalists are convinced that Adam is directly connected to the deaths of his closest associates. His coach, Abdul Karim Edilov, died under unknown circumstances in 2022 at the age of 31. And his bodyguard disappeared without a trace at the same time, disappeared and probably killed. According to journalists, these people knew about Adam's addiction to drugs, and according to another version, they allegedly turned out to be gay. The death of former friends did not upset me much. Kadyrov Jr. He first celebrated his coming of age with pomp and circumstance, and then had a grand wedding. Soon after the wedding, something went wrong. The entire Chechen elite is in an uproar. There was a car accident in Grozny, which was banned from being reported in all Russian media. Adam was involved in a serious accident. The car, driven by the air, flew off the road and crashed into a barrier.
Masha Allah, there's a huge traffic jam. An ambulance is coming. And everyone is fighting in the traffic jam. That's the attitude toward the ambulance.
Lar, I'm smoothing things over, Matsana. Ramzan's beloved son was first taken to a hospital in Grozny, and then urgent medical flights and a plane were arranged. The Ministry of Emergency Situations flew the patient to Moscow. The Chechen Ministry of Internal Affairs allegedly classified the incident as an assassination attempt. Was this car accident a coincidence, or was it a signal within the elite? There are too many coincidences in this accident. Too many secrets and too many nervous attempts to pretend that nothing happened. Even the new video where Ramzan shows the surviving Adam chick looks ridiculous. At the family dinner, the son is dressed casually, in camouflage and with only 2 medals. The main message is that Adam is fine. But in fact, it's obvious even to the naked eye how much the chubby one has slimmed down on hospital food.
Here we have a wide selection of different types of delicious food to enjoy.
You did a really great job.
Just like in Chechnya itself and in Moscow as well, not everyone is thrilled about the idea of passing the throne by inheritance to the underage and unstable Adam. Opponents are trying to promote the candidacy of another Adam, Delimkhanov. Until recently, he was Ramzan's closest associate. Whether he will remain so after entering the fight for the head of the Republic's seat against the boss's son is rather a rhetorical question.
Delimkhanov is not well liked in the presidential administration, but it is the security forces who are betting on him. The deputy to Kadyrov for special assignments has ties to the criminal and underworld. No one there is bothered by that. On the contrary, having one of their own helps solve problems.
They tried to resolve the potential conflict of interest. Kadyrov Jr. married not just anyone but Delimkhanov's granddaughter, and this union was called a political marriage to strengthen ties between the families. By the way, the bride is only 16 years old. It is worth noting that federal law clearly states that only a Russian citizen who has reached the age of 30 can become the head of a region. At the same time, Ramzan's eldest son, Akhmat, is 20, his daughter Ella is 19, and Adam and Vovsa are only 18. If we stick to the law, Adam will have to wait for his father's seat all the way until 2038. Although, as we all know, in Russia, and especially in Chechnya, for tsars and boyars, the law does not apply. Will the Kadyrovs wait 12 years and hope that a possible regent, in the person of Delimkhanov, will eventually hand over power to Adam without question? It's hard to say. Right now, all power in Chechnya is held together by fear, and by the cult of the Kadyrov family. But the bloodthirsty clan knows very well, if they even slightly loosen their grip and hand over control to someone else, the coveted sultan's carriage could quickly turn into a pumpkin. And not even the many Kadyrov relatives placed in key positions would be able to help. I want to remind you that this video is created for entertainment purposes and contains elements of satire and irony. All facts and events are presented in a hyperbolized or exaggerated form to convey a comedic or dramatic effect. We do not aim to mislead, but simply emphasize humor.